Hey there, Tim Bauer here from LiveVideoGuitarLessons.com with a practice tip of the day. This one's for the beginning player, and today I want to talk about how to give you a few tips on how to make a clear sounding C chord. C chord's a chord that gives people a little trouble in the beginning because it's kind of a wide chord. It goes across 3 different frets, and sometimes people have trouble getting their fingers into the right way. So it's all about just holding your hand in the proper angles and in the proper places on the neck, and we're going to work on those right now. A couple of little tricks. Well, one, you want to start with your thumb. You want to make sure your thumb's in the right place. When you see people play who've been playing for a long time, you're going to notice on these open chords down here, their thumbs are usually thrown over the top, and there are certain reasons for doing that we'll get into later. But you want to put your thumb in the right place. The correct place for your thumb is as if you're putting a thumbprint right in the middle of the back of the neck. And what that does, when you have your thumb in the right place, it gives you a lot of finger length out front. And experienced players don't need all that finger length to form the chords. As a matter of fact, it becomes a little cumbersome if it feels too long. That's one of the reasons why they have the thumbs over the top. But when you're first getting started, you're going to need that length out there so you can manipulate your fingers better. All right, so assuming we have our thumb in the correct place, we want to start with our, we're going to build the chord one string at a time, and we're going to start with our problem fingers. The biggest problem finger in this chord is the 3rd finger, and so we're going to place that on there, and then we're going to put the other ones in around it. Generally, when you're making your chords, you want the first knuckle of your fingers, the one with your fingernail on it, going straight into the guitar neck. And so, keeping that in mind, let's put our finger where it goes on the 5th string and the 3rd fret for our C chord. And I want to make sure it's going straight in. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to get the way I can check to make sure that's correct. I'm going to play that note. That's ringing nice and clear. And I'm going to hit the open 4th. Forget these other fingers, by the way. I'm going to hit the open 4th string underneath there and make sure that that finger, my 3rd finger, is not leaning on it and muting it out. So I'm going to. That was muted, by the way. I want to make sure it's in the right angle, and I want to listen for both to ring correctly together. Okay, so that's all nice and clear. So I'm going to be very careful and be careful to not change the angle that I just fixed correctly on this finger. And I'm going to work my 2nd finger where it goes on the 4th string and the 2nd fret. And I'm going to check those to make sure they're both ringing. And then I'm going to go ahead and check the 3rd string to make sure, even though in the chord it's open, I want to make sure that this 2nd finger is not leaning down and muting that one out by mistake. So I want to be able to hear all 3 of those. Okay, and then those are all nice and clear. So now I'm going to carefully add the 1st finger in the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And I'm going to put that in there and try not to mess up the angle of these 2 that I just fixed. And I want to make sure I can hear those 4. And I want to go ahead and check the 1st string to make sure that I'm not accidentally hitting the 1st string by leaning my 1st finger over too far. So I want to make sure I can hear all 5 of those ring at the same time. Sounds clear. Strum it a couple times. And you'll probably have to do that several times, many times actually. But you'll notice as each time you do it, you get a little faster at it. And in time, you just kind of pop it in there, and you're not really, you don't have to do that forever. You'll be surprised how fast how fast that process goes through. Probably after you've done it 50 times, you won't have to do it anymore. But it's different for everybody. So anyway, hopefully that helps. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in again tomorrow for another practice tip, and I will see you then. Thanks. Bye.